Have you ever questioned why medicines are so expensive? The total pharmaceutical manufacturing output of the EU last year was 310 billion euro. Now, 25% of this total, that's roughly 77 billion euro, can be attributed to the quality assurance process. At ServBlock, we translate this quality assurance process that's currently based on human-to-human trust and interactions. We translate this process to a machine-to-machine basis, when we use blockchain and AI to provide verified data that is automatically checked for compliance. I'll quickly walk you through one of a single example of one of these processes called material verification. So for this example, I just want you to imagine if every item you've ever touched in your life required a certificate. Now just try to visualize the amount of certificates that would be. So I'm talking about everything. You've got clothes, clothes, touching a desk, your glasses, every single item in your life requires a certificate. Now, how long do you think it would take to go to each individual paper record and verify that it complied with a list of allowed ingredients? It's not easy. In the biotech industry, we do exactly this. Having worked at many of the world's top pharma companies over the years, I can tell you it's a common problem across the industry. At ServBlock, we are tokenizing traditional testing and manufacturing data. We combine this with AI and smart contracts, and it allows us to automate the quality assurance process. This, in turn, allows us to eliminate the double and even triple checking of data that can occur. This one simple use case for ServBlock can save an estimated 14,400 man-hours from the average new facility startup project. That equates to a saving of approximately 1.5 million euro per project, with many, many more use cases available. The total pharmaceutical traceability market is estimated to be worth 7.3 billion annually, with a CAGR of 12.3%. This material verification subsection accounts for around 875 million. Now at ServBlock, we reduced 90% of this effort, providing an annual target market of around 87.5 million euro annually, with adjacent opportunities in the food and beverage industries also available due to the stringent requirements required. We use a SaaS model with a monthly fee per user, but enterprise options are available for our larger customers, and our pricing strategy is to be positioned centrally among the current offerings within the biotech vertical. Our market research does not show any direct competitors in the material verification sector. Indirect includes IDA and PIMS, but these are document repositories and for storing these PDF certificates only. Think of unorganized siloed data that needs to be manually checked for compliance by these overpaid consultants who I used to be. Whereas at ServBlock, we provide verified data that is automatically checked for compliance. Our latest partnerships include the Consensus Partnership Program, R3 Venture Development Program, the CVVC Accelerator, as mentioned, Microsoft, Irish Manufacturing Research, and EIT Manufacturing, who are the European Union Manufacturing Hub. We have another project ongoing with Irish Manufacturing Research at the minute, looking at data spaces and how we can incorporate our blockchain technology within data spaces. We've been identified as one of the top biotech startups to watch worldwide for 2022. Only 2 European companies recognised. Our key milestones to date include a patent application and our MVP, which is now in testing. Our first paying customers will be on board on the system by the start of Q3. So we started Q4, we aim to widen our use case scope with the aim of having on board our first large pharma customer by the end of Q4, beginning of Q1. By completing these goals, we believe it will allow us to close a significant seed round by Q1 23. By expanding our use case, pharmaceutical companies can ensure outsourced manufacturing adheres to the same integrity, compliance, and quality operations as in-house manufacturing, one of the key metrics for the industry at the minute. We are not currently seeking investments. Mentioned we will start seeking investment in January 23, but we are seeking partnerships and collaboration, so please do reach out. This is our leadership team. We have a set of complementary skills and a proven track record in business. As mentioned, I've worked in the biotech industry for over 10 years, most recently as a member of Pfizer's Global Smart Factory team developing software used in the manufacturing process. Thomas has worked as a principal cloud engineer in the likes of Oracle and Microsoft. And we call Kevin the sales genius, who has turned our last business, Rework Catering, to a successful exit in 3.5 years. Hakeem is our head of engineering, has a master's in blockchain development, and has been working as a lead software developer in the industry for 4.5 years. Our mission at ServBlock is to unlock access to medicine by reducing the cost of manufacture. Thank you for listening. I would love to answer any questions you guys might have.
Thank you, John. So right now we'll move on to the Q&A session with the judges.
Yeah, so maybe I'm starting this time. So I find the idea really, really interesting. I think the pain point is very real, that pharmaceutical productions are very expensive at the moment still. So I think I'm not quite sure if I understood exactly how you are solving that. So I know that, for example, some big pharma companies like Roche, they are also developing some ledger, like some blockchain. I think it's called Pharma Ledger, in order to just store metadata about their phase 1 to 4 trials to make the process basically faster. But I think you are more basically going on the manufacturing side, right? And why exactly is it an advantage if I store these PDF documents as an NFT? I think I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah, no worries. So I guess that the tokenizing of these PDF certificates, allows us to create this a dynamic certificate that's pointing at the actual analytical and testing data. So what we want to do is, it eliminates the double and triple checking of this data that often occurs. So if we tokenize that data at the source, you don't have to go and pay these overpaid consultants, to check, does this certificate, the output of the certificate comply with a list of allowed ingredients. We've used this, I suppose, go-to-market approach. Number one is because we can target the equipment manufacturers who sell into the pharmaceutical industry, which have shorter sales times. But number two, it helps prove out the technology. Our real goal here is between contract manufacturing organizations and the sponsor pharmaceutical company. What happens is that, you might get one single drug product, but it could be made by 6 different manufacturers. Each of those 6 different manufacturers rely on, auditing, sending PDF files across, sending, this data currently stored in Dropboxes, or, we're unlocking or sharing data across different actors within the supply chain. But more importantly, that data is verified as being, as the integrity of that data is intact by recording certain elements within the blockchain, but also using blockchain credentialing to allow, only specific sharing of data that is required to that specific blockchain credential. That makes sense.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks. That makes sense.
Indeed, very interesting, I have to say. I mean, particularly when it comes to using blockchain technology across the supply chain. I mean, there are like hundreds and hundreds of different applications. I haven't thought about yours before, I have to admit. So I'm fairly new to the idea and fairly new to the market, but I think I get it. Quick question: you're focusing on the pharmaceutical industry, so biotech and producing medicine and the likes. Is like why are you choosing that sweet spot? Because I mean there are like many other applications, starting from the R&D part, like the research at universities, and even later when it comes to the actual production of whatever, basically. Why are you focusing on that industry?
Well, I suppose what we're focused on is regulated manufacturing industries. So my own background is in pharmaceutical manufacturing for 10 years. And if you look at, we spent 45 years in the industry. So in 1978, the FDA came out with its first computerized system validation approach, which is these Alcoa principles. And these Alcoa principles relate to data integrity and data traceability. And if you look at the inherent properties of blockchain, they solve this Alcoa principles just as, as one of their founding principles. We can layer on the additional technology and, technical capabilities of different blockchain applications, the zero knowledge rollups, etc. And, the technology is a fit for the industry, and we just really strongly believe in that it's going to help transform the industry on many levels. But I'll go back to the reason we chose the regulated manufacturers is because of the data integrity principles and regulations that are required. Blockchain lends itself really well to regulated industries, whether it's financial or manufacturing.
Understood. Okay.
And do you already have some pilot customers, or?
We do indeed. So we have 3 pilots kicking off within the next 2 to 3 months, and they are with 3 large multinational engineering firms. And what they do is they provide services into the pharmaceutical industry, and they're usually the consultants that check or triple check this data before they hand it over. And that's where we're trying to prove out our technology, and it allows us to, because we're further away from the actual drug manufacturing process now, allows us to build out without hitting a lot of those regulations. And as we get closer and closer to the drug itself, we can then look at things like computerized system validation and the actual, you know, the regulatory side of things.
Nice. Very, very nice.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jonas and Philip.
Thanks, guys.
Do either of you have any more questions?
Not from my side.
Not for now. I think I will reach out after this because I do have some questions potentially, but let's do this bilaterally. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.